Hi, welcome back to Wealth Optimization Workshop. Scott Collier, the Call Dog here. Really excited to have you back talking about something very important, exciting. When we talk to people about their top 3 financial goals, often they talk about retirement, home ownership, but one of the keys that's typically there is education for their children. However, we find a lot of Canadians have not taken advantage of the Registered Education Savings Plan opportunity. So we want to make sure that you're aware of it and how it works. So, by all means, you can use lots of different savings or investment vehicles to save for your kids' education. Why an RESP? You can make contributions up to 31 years. You can leave the account open for 35 years, but here's the key. The Canada Education Savings Grant, that you are entitled to have a match of 20%. So when you contribute or save money, the government will match 20% up on the first $2,500 per year per child. So that's $500 per child every year of free money from the government to put towards their education. And it can be for university, college, vocational schools, any type of relevant learning opportunity for post-secondary education for those kids. So they get 20%. If you happen to be in a lower income bracket, your children may also qualify to receive the Canada Learning Bond, so an additional $500 to get the plan started. So that may be something to look in if it's relevant. You are capped at $7,200 of grant money lifetime per child. But you got 3 kids, $21,600 of free money sitting there to put towards their education. We know education will be more and more important moving forward for kids. And so, and more expensive as well. So definitely something to take advantage of. We would recommend when you're setting up an RESP, a few things to keep in mind. Investment flexibility. The same investment principles we'll talk about in general. Your investment objective, your time horizon, your personal risk tolerance, but that you should have discretion around how your money is invested, rather than it being dictated to you by the company running the RESP. Be cautious of fees. There's single plans versus family plans. Typically for families, as long as the kids are within a reasonable age of each other, right? So, not if you've got 31 years, you should be able to have all your kids within that same type of a time frame. But if they are structured as a family plan, they can share that pooling of money. And what that does is, in case one kid spends a lot of money but the other child doesn't spend much money on their post-secondary education, that money is shared as well as the grant money within the family, rather than them each having their own single plan. Hopefully that makes sense for you. One thing to keep in mind, individually owned plans much preferable over pooled plans, so that you have ownership of your children's plan, not that it is pooled in with a a pooled structure where everybody's assets gets pooled together. So you want to have control and avoid the significant fees of pooled plans. Unfortunately, some of those companies can be very aggressive in their marketing and their approach, but there's lots of different options out there on individually owned RESPs. So just be cautious and aware of that. One of the questions sometimes we get asked, what if my child doesn't use all the money for schooling? Well, if they don't use it for post-secondary education purposes, and that doesn't just mean tuition and books and things like that. It can be used obviously for transportation or for housing costs for the child when they're there, so anything towards their education. But if they don't use it all, obviously the government will want that portion of the grant money back. But your money that you've invested is not lost just because they don't go to school. And if you want to roll it over on a tax sheltered basis, as long as you've got room in your own RRSPs, you can roll that extra education money over into your retirement savings plan. So there's some good ideas for you. Hope you understand the importance of why this is such an exciting opportunity to take advantage of free money from the government to help save for our kids' education. Look forward to talking to you more. We'll be back soon.